الله الكبير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. الله الكبير. Again, we owe this huge honor and blessing to God the Almighty, the All-Merciful, the All-Gracious, and so we should remember this, that this is not by accident that we are here. This is by divine design, and He is in charge of everything, and so we have to remember these things and take it to heart, and make sure that we are grateful enough for the blessings that we have today. And it is a huge honor for us that we are making contact with our Creator, and it's a huge blessing. And this blessing should not be forgotten by us. And God has chosen us to be here today and extol Him and glorify His name and praise His name and wonder in all the creation that He has created for us, and make sure that we understand it and be appreciative of His huge blessings and favors that He has bestowed upon us. So gratefulness is a godlike quality, and we have to remember that this is something that God is always grateful for His servants when they do something in His cause, and so we should be also grateful to God for what He does for us. Today, what I wanted to discuss with you is I want to go back to some of the things that I said, and one of the things that I want to show you here today is I'm sharing my screen with you, so you should see this. This is my here that you cannot see. It's sort of swallowed by the edge of this picture, and there's one at the top there, the bright one. That's an elliptical galaxy, and these are these orbital galaxies that companion galaxies that this galaxy has. These are small. They just look small. They are very large. They are about 10,000 of light. Is going to take 200,000 years. That's how big this is. This is our sister galaxy, and the number of stars in this galaxy are 1 trillion stars. There are 1 trillion stars like our sun. Actually, there's 1.2 trillion sun-like stars. That's the mass of this galaxy. That's how big this is. On the other hand, we have between 100 and 400 billion stars, Milky Way galaxy, that we know of. We don't know our galaxy as well as we can actually look and understand this galaxy, Andromeda. We actually know more about Andromeda than we know about our own galaxy, because we live within our own galaxy, but we can actually look at Andromeda from outside. Okay? So if there wasn't for attenuation of light, you would see the size of this galaxy are 16 moons strung along, okay, in the sky. But the reason that you cannot see that, because the light attenuates through this telescope. When you look at Andromeda, you see the shape of this galaxy as it was 2.5 million years ago. We don't see it right now. So to get from our galaxy to this galaxy, which is our neighboring galaxy, our sister galaxy, is going to take 2.5 million years at the speed of light. Okay? That is absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, we cannot even fathom this. So this is part of the so-called local group of galaxies. I just want to give you a understanding of how large this universe is, okay, and how insignificant we are, and we should stop putting ourselves at the center of this universe. Okay. So here, as we see, as I said, okay, is the house for 1.2 sun-like stars. Okay. This is trillion. This is a billion, a million, 1,000 billion. 1,000 billion is 1 trillion. Okay, that's how many stars are in this galaxy. Okay. Aside from that, own galaxy to look at this, so these are the background stars or foreground stars from our own galaxy that we see. We cannot get rid of those. Okay? So now our sun has about 10 or 9 planets, okay, depending on if you believe that Pluto is a planet or not, but it doesn't matter, okay? Say on average about 10. Then that means that this galaxy with 1.2 trillion sun-like stars, this galaxy has okay, this is just one of the galaxies which is very close to us actually with the cosmic distances. Okay? Then we go to the Quran and see what the Quran says. Quran says, 38:27, and we did not create the vacuum and matter and what is in between them in vain. This is the thinking of those who have rejected faith, and woe to the unfaithful as they abide in hell. Of the universe that God has created. Okay? So, as I said, when we look at this, the light that is coming to us is about 2.5 million years old. That means that we see this picture as it was 2.5 million years ago. Okay? And that's how long as our own conceit and hubris is that wrongly actually are leading us is that we think that all of this is for us somehow. Okay? That God, it just some mock-up that he made and that's it. And there are no creation of his in there that has carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen as its element of life. And those living forms are not praising and glorifying him everywhere in the universe. We are the only ones. Okay? And God tells us differently, completely differently. Okay? And this is, as I said, this is our own conceit that we have. That we are so conceited that we think that all of this is for us. And God, who has provided these for us, is not able to provide this for others that may look like us or whatever. Okay? And when he says that he created, okay, they think that those roads are these highways and stuff that we see today, okay, and always existed. That's what they think. And that's only unique to Earth. Because as they think is God provided this for us. No, God taught you how to build roads. Otherwise, you would not be able to build roads. There are places in here, there are countries in this place who don't have any roads. You get on the highway and you get on the freeway and you complain all the time. Because the infrastructure is decaying right now. The bridges and all those places that connected you from one place to another place. Who created that? That's what you have to ask yourself. Is the one who created that for you, gave you the knowledge of how to build a bridge, not able to create a bridge like that on Mars for you? There was just a helicopter, a unmanned helicopter on Mars. Who teaches you how to do that? Don't you think that's some kind of airway that in the future people could use that? But who taught you that? Do you think that everything's supposed to be chewed and provided for us? Do you think this is heaven for you? Is that the thing that you have, that God provided all of this for us and it's only unique to Earth? No other places like this? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the conceit? That if there is, they're not available to us, or some kind of if you create an atmosphere on Mars, who is providing that for you? God is the one who provided for you. Why? Because He gave you the knowledge to do that. Okay? Because He tells you in the Quran, He says, yes, I did this. Okay? How did He subdue it for us? He gave us the knowledge to use their properties in order to live a better life. Did you have TV or computers 1,000 years ago? You lived. Okay? That was not the You think that God who created the human being is not able to create other things? And God says, He says that in chapter 16, He says, and He creates what you do not know. That He just quit. Okay? So all of this huge island universe that we see in front of us, as I said, okay? Our Milky Way, as far as we are concerned, is about 105,000 light years across. This is 200,000 light years across. Okay, that means the diameter is twice as big. Okay. The volume goes as the radius. If the radius of this thing is twice as big, that means the volume is larger by a factor of 8. So the volume of this galaxy is 8 times the volume of our galaxy. Okay? So remember now that there are creatures that go. And just again, our conceit and arrogance, human arrogance. You think that we are the only intelligent ones. They forget what they read about the hoopoe in the Quran. Or they think it's a fable. It's just a fable. Okay? Just some kind of story that God made to people, so people will be amused. If you believe in that, then you have to realize that Hooper was intelligent. Hooper spoke to Solomon. Or again, you think that's also a story that God made. So the question is, do we believe that? We believe that, then we cannot say God created intelligent life. That's what we say, intelligent life. What do you think a Hooper is? Hooper is not intelligent? Hooper was more intelligent than the Queen of Sheba, because Hooper knew that she was an idol worshiper. And the Queen didn't know. Stupid. Okay? So we have to examine ourselves today. Okay, we owe it to ourselves. That when we say something, are these Quranic assertions, or we are our own assertions that we are going to put in? That somehow Earth is unique and God is incapable of creating the similar ones. That He can't. Okay? He can. So God says that in the Quran. In chapter 17, verse 99, and chapter 38, verse 81. It says that very clearly. Do you think it is? So we have to gauge ourselves, and we have to examine ourselves, that when God says these things, which side are we on? When we talk about intelligent life, do we just talk about human beings? Beings like us who are intelligent? Wasn't Hooper intelligent according to the scripture? Forget about what those other people are saying. Examine yourself and see which one do you believe. Obviously you believe in that one. Obviously you believe in the part that says human beings are intelligent and the other ones are dumb. Okay? The question is then, was Hooper intelligent? Were the ants intelligent? The ants knew who Solomon was. Do we believe that, or we do not believe it? Again, as I said, do we think that's a soap opera? Or we believe it as a scriptural fact that God is narrating to us? Okay? The society that the ants have, it comes from intelligence and some kind of hierarchy that they have. The same with the honeybee. Okay? Then we think that somehow we are really the most honorable creature, and the rest of them are basically at our service, and God has provided us, and this is unique, and everything revolves around us. Okay? If you think that way, you must be just a flat earther. There is a society of flat earthers that you can join and enjoy this. Well, that's what they believe. They believe that Earth is flat and is completely different, and not going to believe it because you believe that way. Okay? We have to examine ourselves. The question that we have in our own minds that we ask, are they scriptural questions? Are they questions which is according to Scripture? or these are some kind of religion we carry with ourselves? That's the question that we have to ask. Okay? Do we believe when God says that female ant told the other ones, let's get out of here, okay, because Solomon and his troops are going to trample us? Okay? And only Solomon could understand that, because God taught him the animals. Okay? Then how dare we calling that non-intelligent life form? Okay? Okay. All right, so I'll stop here and we'll finish this rakah. Allahul Kabir.